Hello, Wayne Erik here with JODAD, and today we're talking about the Imperial Organizer, which is made by a company called Broken Token, and it's used for the game Imperial Assault, which is made by Fantasy Flight Games. Anyone who loves to play board games knows there's a problem with them. Storage. Once you've bought several board games, you start to see your shelving space slowly disappear. These boxes are large. And to make matters worse, a lot of these games come with expansions, and these expansions just add on to the space requirements. The games are so fun, but they take up so much space. So what do? A lot of people have to go through and they have to select only the games that they've got space for and get rid of other ones, which if you've got games that you're not using and you can give to somebody else, that's a great solution. But what happens if you've got limited space and you use all those games? Well, one of the solutions is what Broken Token has come up with. And they have this wood product that you punch out and you put it together. Sometimes you'll need to put a little wood glue to help it to stay together, but it goes inside the original box for the game. And it helps with the storage. Well, how exactly does that help if the box still takes up the same amount of space? Well, oftentimes you can fit the base game and a number of the expansions now within the original game. So before, you'd have several boxes for one game, and now you just have the one. That definitely helps. In the case of Imperial Assault, you can fit the base game for Imperial Assault and the first expansion, along with all of the hero and villain packs that are associated with both of those right within the main box. It saves a lot of space. Now, one of the other things that it does is it does help with the organization of the game as well. And let me show you that. Now, what I have here is 2 copies of the game Imperial Assault. I originally had bought one of the copies of the game, and you've probably played this if you're listening to this video, but this game has a lot of different pieces. There's a map that you put together, there's all these tokens, and of course there's tons of miniatures. Well, in a normal board game, the storage isn't that optimal. You've got all your books, you've got all the map pieces and all the tokens, and now this one here is my second one, so you'll notice that I haven't even punched all of them out yet. Things are falling all over the place as I'm taking out. You have all your cards, you have the dice, there's small cards and big cards, and we've got all these miniatures that it comes with, and they all go within this box. And one of the things that I've noticed is that when we first got the game, we've played a number of the games, and then we put it on the shelf and it wasn't played for a little while. One of the reasons, all these cards, keeping them all straight, finding the right cards that you need for it. The miniatures being put all over the place, find the right ones, and these map tiles. It's so much fun being able to play on a board where you can make your own map, and the map just snaps together like that, and you build it, and it's different every time, and that's great. But when they're all dumped in this box, finding the right one sometimes takes as long as actually playing the game. Now I want to put this monstrosity to the side here. And over here, I've got another copy of Imperial Assault. And in this copy, I already have the Broken Token product put together, set up, and everything stored within there. I have all of the products from the first game, I have the first expansion, and I have all of the allies and villains that correspond to both of those products all stored within this box. So of course we still cut our books, we can't get away from that. And they're just put right on top like they normally would be. We also have some of the larger map pieces, and they're kind of thrown on there. But then everything else is stored nice and organized. In the corner here, we've got space for 2 ATSTs. Now you'll notice that I like to paint my miniatures, so when you're looking at the ones that are in here, they are painted already. This one's not. Over in the corner here, you'll notice the tokens come in these little boxes that can be removed and set around the table where everybody can reach them, but they're all separated out, so it really cuts down the amount of time that it takes to find the tokens that you need, because they're all already organized. We have the larger miniatures, besides the ATSTs of course, stored within this one at the bottom. Then there's a large tray which stores all the map pieces, your hero cards, the dice. I've got Luke Skywalker, who decided to hide out on the bottom of this one. We've got all the miniatures here on these 2 trays. And if you double up on them, you can fit quite a number of them in here. One of the things to note is that there's a double one, which is kind of obvious that this one's double, but what's not so obvious is this top row is actually larger than the other 2. And when putting this together, that is one of the trickier things, is that you have to make sure all these pieces are facing the right way. It gave me a lot of trouble for a little while because I didn't realize that that one of the rows was actually taller, and that's for some of the taller pieces. I thought that there might have been a defect, and that wasn't the case. And then the last thing that we have in here is storage for the cards. There are the large cards and the smaller cards, and there's dividers so you can have all the types of cards all broken up. And if you're looking for that Rebel card, you just pull out the stack and, oh, there's R2-D2, the one that I was looking for. Makes it a lot easier to find everything. So this does do a good job of helping keep things all within the original box. I did have several other boxes that were storing some of this stuff to kind of keep it straight. And one of the things that it does really, really well, as you can see, is it has everything divided out. So setting up the game is so much easier. And like I've said, when we first bought this and I put everything back in this box, I didn't want to bring the game to the table as much as I would have liked to, because all I was thinking was, these tokens are going to be everywhere within this box. And with Broken Token, they're all organized nicely. So obviously, this is a great product, and you can see all the benefits from it. It's made of thin, light wood, so it's sturdy, yet it's not going to increase the weight of the box too much. So what do I think? Obviously, it's great, and if you like Imperial Assault, I know you're buying all the expansions and the allies and the villain packs already, and this is not a product by Fantasy Flight Games. It's another company making a product for this game. But as far as I'm concerned, after buying the original box, the first thing you need to do is to buy the organizer from Broken Token. It's that essential. I could not believe how happy I was with this product, that I was, I think, more happy about this product than buying most of the expansions that I got for it. Just knowing the storage of it. And Owen and I played a game after we put this together, and it was so much easier to set this up. It's going to save you time, and it's going to save you space. You got to go out and pick it up. Well, thank you for joining us today. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comment section. Make sure you remember to like the video, subscribe, watch our other videos. And if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments or send us a tweet and we'll be happy to get back to you. Thank you and see you next time.